this video, I'm going over all the features that I can think of on my 2021 Toyota Tacoma. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Martin and this is Marty Motoring and I do automotive videos. This is my Toyota Tacoma, it's my daily driver. I've had it for about 6 months. It has about 7,000 miles on it. We've done a few things, more so cosmetically, lighting, tint, some new wheels, just little things to make it a little bit nicer as a daily driver. Today, I'm gonna go over all of the features, some of them hidden, maybe you didn't know about them, but hopefully this video lets you learn something new about the Tacoma. Now, from the factory, you can get LED headlights and LED fog lights, which I have. That grille is optional, that's a TRD grille. I do have the double cab, which gives you the bigger rear door instead of the access cab. And I've also changed this, some people have asked me about that. And I also have some different tail lights. So I guess starting with the exterior, one of the features is there is a reverse camera and it's right in the handle. And you can also lock the tailgate, which is nice. You do get a home style outlet that you can plug into, and there's a button in the cab that will let you turn that on. There's also a storage compartment there, which I use to store straps and everything like that. And the bed lighting is LED, looks really good. And when you turn the bed lighting on, the cargo lights come on as well. And this one's for the bed lights. I have them off, but you can turn them on with the door or on all the time. When you put your hand there, it senses your hand is there and it will unlock the vehicle. Now, if you push this, it'll lock the vehicle. One tap, it locks it, and then this unlocks it. If you have the key fob in your pocket, or else you can just do it normally with the lock and unlock. Now, this is an aftermarket key fob, but it works just like the normal key fob. As you would think, lock is once, unlock is twice. That's a Toyota thing. But if you hold the lock button after pushing it 3 times, it'll remote start. Now, this is great to warm up the vehicle. Unfortunately, when you walk up to it and put your hand and open the door, it shuts off. That's just a safety thing. I don't know how to disable that. Now, as someone that is 6'1" and kind of a big guy, I do fit in here. This is without the sunroof, so I do have a couple of inches there. You can see here my legs, pedals. It's really not all that bad. I have this kind of lower just because I like to sit a little bit lower, have the seat all the way down, and this is kind of my view. Now, being a 2021 and a higher trim level, the off-road 4x4, you get push start, you get 2-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low. That's the 4-wheel drive part. Very easy to select that. Heated mirrors, this turns on the mode. This controls how much air is coming out, and you can do recirculating, AC, defrost, and off. And you can sync them like this, or you can do auto, which will kind of maintain the temperature you put it to. Here we have a security light as well as a passenger airbag light. Here's my very dirty screen. Before we look at that, we can look at the buttons. This is blind spot monitoring. You can turn that on or off. ECT power, that's electronically controlled transmission. That kind of changes the transmission shifting points. It holds gears longer. You have your parking sensors on or off. You have a button for the rear window. Then there's a USB. This is where CarPlay and Android Auto would plug in. It charges it as well as has nice audio quality. There's no lag or anything like that. And then this is an on and off button for the charging pad. So this is actually a wireless charger down here. I kind of use it as storage. As you can see, it kind of gets dirty. And then of course we have our 12-volt cigarette outlet. I really like the little startup animation. You can see door is ajar. Of course, there's like a back button. If you push that, it'll all come off. So here I want to show you a couple of different tips and tricks that I found out. As far as lighting, DRL off, all your lights are off. Auto chooses the best option. It puts on daytime running lights in the daytime. As soon as it gets dark, the headlights come on. Now, if it's kind of like evening, you don't want your headlights to be on yet, you can go here for your marker lights, and that also has daytime running lights. And then of course you have your full just on, headlights on. And here is the fog lights switch. In the settings, you can change your accent color. So I have it as blue, but you can do red, kind of a teal, a gold. You have your lane departure alert, which is also a button on the steering wheel, if so equipped, that you can turn it on and off. If you'd like to adjust the brightness of your screen, you can just turn the trip dial for brighter or less bright. And when you push that, it still gives you your trip. And you can also turn your mileage off. I don't know why you would want to do that. We're gonna put the odometer back on, 7290, just over 7,000 miles. This thing is running like a champ. Another cool thing that it comes with is auto high beams. Down here is the cruise control stock. So if you hit it once, you'll see radar ready. And you can adjust how far you want the radar to be with this button. So say we do radar ready, we can adjust with that button farther or closer. Now, if you hold it down, you get your normal cruise control, constant speed control ready, and it's not using the radar. It's not looking at the car in front of it. It's just maintaining a certain speed. So that's kind of the old school way that most people know. Another cool thing is the turn signal bump. Say you're changing lanes on the highway and you don't really want to push it down all the way, you know, just have it keep going and then put it up manually. You can flick it. It'll do it 3 times and then turn off. This is perfect for smaller merging situations where you don't need a turn signal on the whole time. Of course, just because we're doing a features video, you have up and down for songs. You do have a voice assistant, which I'll get into in a second. You have volume, and then over here, you can control the screen on the dash with these buttons. You can change your modes and also mute the stereo and then answer calls from here. Now let's get into the 4-wheel drive modes and crawl control and everything like that. So here you have 2-wheel drive, and say I'm gonna go in drive, pretend like I'm driving, and I can go to 4 high. And if it's not engaging, I can kind of turn the wheel, and we are in 4 high because we have that logo on the dash. Now, if you want to go to 4 low, you have to go to neutral, push this in and go to 4 low. And now all these lights come on. VSC turned off, vehicle stability control, pre-collision brake system, all that stuff gets turned off in 4 low. And once I put it into drive, we are in 4 low. Now with 4 low, your pre-collision system is off. You can see that light there, it says 4 low. If you look up here, there's multi-terrain select with a dial as well as crawl control. Now if we push crawl control, it'll give us a sensitivity, and then we can deactivate it by pushing the button again. And we also have multi-terrain select. So you have loose rock, I guess mogul, I'm not really exactly sure what that is. You have rock and dirt, you have rock, and I think the first one is mud and sand, yep. So you have a couple different multi-terrains in 4 low. That does not work in 4 high though, because you can see if we go back to 4 high, multi-terrain select has been deactivated. And as soon as I go to 4 high, and if I push this button while in 4 high, nothing is happening. It says shift to 4 low. So that is just something to keep in mind with the different drive modes. So let's go back to 2-wheel drive for a second. Say you're in 2-wheel drive and your 4-wheel drive is disengaged. If you hit the traction button, you'll see auto LSD. You can see it right there. Auto LSD just helps the wheels, the rear wheels, to maintain a steady speed, traction, and kind of lock the wheels essentially. Now this rear locker seems to only work in 4 low. I have not tried it yet. It doesn't really do anything if I push it now. I'm not sure what the default state is, but we do have the button there. Coming over to the screen, it's a pretty basic setup, but if you go to the menu and then you go to setup, you're actually able to change the beep on and off. You're able to customize the home screen tiles. You can change your theme as well, different colors, different themes. I actually prefer the factory theme. It's just really light and easy to see. When it gets dark, this will kind of go to a dark theme anyway. Display lets me adjust colors, contrast, and brightness, so you do get a lot of settings there. I left it all normal. You can also hit screen off, and you can even adjust your rear view camera. There are voice settings. You can do voice prompts, you know, say do this, do that. I don't really use that, but it is there. Now if you go to vehicle in the settings and go to customization, you can change the door lock settings, how they lock, remote to press to unlock, doors to unlock. I'm actually gonna change that to all doors because I've been meaning to do that. But the light settings is definitely important. Headlights auto on, sensitivity, I just left that at 0. The auto off timer, let's do 60 seconds until I hit lock again, and then it would come off. Daytime running lights, we want those on, and interior light, auto off timer. We can also adjust the interior lights over here. You have off, come on with the doors or on all the time. Especially with these being LED, they are very bright. There is an auto dimming mirror and you can toggle it with this button. My center console is a mess, but I have some extra napkins and things in there. And there's also a USB-C and a regular USB-A plug in there for charging only. In the back of the truck, it is very dirty apparently. The rear seats go down. I kind of have my seat all the way back. It's just how I sit. And we have a bunch of dirt in here. This thing needs to be cleaned, but I've used it pretty heavily during the last 6 months. But anyway, under the rear seats, you get this little compartment, and I have some emergency supplies in there. You can also fit other types of things. You can just use your imagination what could go in there. And also the rear seats come down and you have some storage compartments back there. So pretty decent amount of storage for a small truck. And here's me driving the Tacoma on the back roads of southern Pennsylvania where I live. Imagine this with snow. You definitely need four-wheel drive. There's a lot of hills and bumps and turns, and even some of this where you can't see who's on the other side of this one-lane underpass. So it gets a little sketchy, but definitely nice to have a truck out here. So those are all of the features I could think of. Definitely drop a like if you found this video helpful. Drop a comment if I missed something, let me know. Follow me on Instagram at Marty Motoring to follow along with the latest Tacoma stuff. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, keep those wheels turning. So long.